Path to Outsider, Part 1, Songwriting and Structure. So I had the majority of the song written out. Essentially the first half of the song, hook and pre-hook, post-hook, and the first verse. And I was pretty happy with how things were sitting, realised that I had to write the second verse, started to write the second verse, and lots of lyrics just started coming out, and then things started to get a little bit jumbled, and I had too many lyrics, and parts of them worked and other bits didn't, but then once they were chopped up with the certain bits together, it didn't really flow and make sense as a story or as an idea. There wasn't much of a cohesive nature, so that really, I got caught on that for a long time, like a good week, just sitting there like, oh my gosh, shit, fuck, what do I do here? Like, what's going on? And it took me a long time to think about it, to eventually realise that I had to completely reshape and cut and rewrite and change almost everything. Aside from the hook, the first verse completely changed. The post hook completely changed. Completely got rid of so many lyrics. And yeah, I guess the takeaway was, not firstly getting immediate feedback and really taking in all of that feedback and trying to make the best decision you can from what you got, but also listening to your gut feeling. It's a very nuanced process, but it's just a muscle you have to work. It's just something that you develop over time. Just every time you do a song and you get feedback and you see how songs go, you realize, all right, cool, that works, that doesn't work. So when someone says something, you're like, yeah, I'm hearing you, but maybe you're not fully getting the picture. So you learn to trust certain opinions, not because they're and not trust others, not because they're wrong, they're just not well informed with a certain criteria, I guess. So anyway, yeah, when it comes to songwriting and structure, it's something that I'm learning a lot about still. It's been one of the things that I've tried to focus on the most in with all my recent releases. Thanks to my friend Cindy, she's helped a lot with sort of pointing me in the right direction. And also, just myself more intently listening to songs, how they flow and the structure and the story, and trying to pick it apart and go, all right, what's working here? And I don't know about you guys or anyone else, but I find that pretty difficult. Not difficult, it's just like there's obvious things and then there's very subtle things. So to me, the subtleties are what really sets the song apart. So I try to listen for that. But anyway, I just thought I would make part 1 about that, about the songwriting and structure of the whole song, and just the massive lesson I learned was just to be willing to make some big changes and get rid of what isn't working and bring in, double down on what is working. So for example, there was certain parts in the song, like there's like a little pre-chorus thing that sort of builds it up, and that was pretty good originally, and I was happy with it. And I was obviously focusing on the weaknesses, trying to make up for them and try to fill in the gaps where things were lacking a bit. But it's a dangerous game to play, because sometimes the best bits can be the defining moments. Not just like they can turn from good moments to like the key moment of the song, the changing moment, or the bit that people replay the song to come back and listen to. So I went back and I tried to make that a little bit better, and that made the whole song it made the hook, when the hook comes back in for the second time, it just punches a bit better, it builds a bit of momentum and emotion. And the lyrics that I had in there originally, like I had to chop a lot out and move it all around, and it took some chopping and changing. I felt like a bit of a surgeon at one point, but got there in the end. And what I think is left is easily the most solid version of the song that I could have done. I just chopped all the fat, got rid of all the trimmings, and tried to just keep the core of it there. So that's part 1.